Indian team has broken the hoodoo, that of not being able to beat New Zealand for 2 decades in ICC tournaments. It was a trend that it started in 2003. That was the last time that India had beaten New Zealand in an ICC tournament. And now, after 20 years, India has done it. This was the top of the table clash between two teams that had not lost in the World Cup so far. And that's a record that the Indian team now maintains. So now India is the only team in this edition of the World Cup that has not lost a single game. 5 games for India, 5 victories for India. New Zealand now, after this loss, 5 games for New Zealand, 4 wins, 1 loss. That puts India undisputedly number 1 at the moment on the points table. So India right now clear-cut leaders on the points table right now after beating New Zealand. It was an effort both by the bowlers as well as the batters that helped India register this particular win by 4 wickets. The only thing, the other context that everyone was looking forward to was whether Virat Kohli was going to equal Sachin Tendulkar's record of 49 ODI tons. He came very close. He could have reached there, but unfortunately, at the last moment, at the last hurdle, he was dismissed. So that's how the Indian team cruised now to victory versus New Zealand with about 4 wickets in hand. That's the latest news that we're giving you from the World Cup. This is New Zealand's, remember, first defeat, and India, the only team in this tournament that has not been defeated. So as I said, clear-cut number 1s on the points table as of now. That's how this particular match panned out. Just a reminder, it was the Indian bowlers that did a stellar job at the start of the match, where they picked up wickets towards the end. Mohammad Shami, the standout bowler there, picking up 5 wickets and ensuring that New Zealand were restricted to 273. It could have been well past the 300-run mark, but the Indian bowlers did a stellar job. At the time, that was followed up by an outstanding knock by Virat Kohli, which has now helped the Indian team register 5 wins out of 5 in this World Cup. Robin Uthappa joins us live. Robin, plenty to talk to you about on this victory that India has registered. For once, you could say that they've gotten that sort of a run to test themselves, because up until now, there were one-sided victories that India had. For the first time in this tournament, could you say that they were pushed?
I wouldn't necessarily say pushed. I think even in the Australia game, they had to work a little hard. So for me, this was an important game that India were going to have. And to kind of break that jinx versus New Zealand also in World Cups was important for India and to the confidence of India's campaign. But yes, they had to work for this victory, and which is nice. And you don't want to get too many easy victories along the way in a tournament like this. You want to be able to work for your victories and earn them. And New Zealand did make India earn this one.
New Zealand were fighting till the end. Robin, was the difference then at the 44th over mark? If I take a look at the scores of both teams, they were identical. But the last 6 overs for New Zealand, they ended up losing about 6 wickets, were all out. India, on the other hand, had the game in control. Do you think that was the difference between the two teams? Till 44th over, it was even Stevens.
Yes, absolutely. I think the fact that New Zealand didn't have someone like Jadeja to kind of hold one end up, or none of their batters were able to do that and support Daryl Mitchell in that phase. Daryl Mitchell got out in the 49th over, but you needed someone to stand in there with him as well and build that partnership. And you got to give credit to Shami there. And obviously, India bowled better in the death than New Zealand did. And chasing down a score, you had the chase master there, consistent as ever. You knew that he's going to absorb pressure, and he did that really well with Jadeja as well. He absorbed pressure as well. There were questions about Jadeja's batting, and will it come to the fore? And it did come to the fore in an important game against New Zealand.
After this win, Robin, is it fair to say that at the moment, India are the clear-cut favourites to win this World Cup? I know there's plenty of time, still plenty of games to play, but from the evidence of what we've seen so far in the tournament, this was the top of the table clash. Are India now clear-cut favourites?
Oh, absolutely. They have been favourites, but this puts them well above the rest at the moment. I think they'll qualify as the top team, and that semi-final hurdle is what concerns me about India. But I certainly think that they are favorites right now, well and truly over anyone else in this campaign.
Okay, Robin, stay on with us. We'll get to Robin and he'll try and analyze this game for us. We'll break it into different segments as well. But for the moment, we are joined by various reporters from across the country with reactions of fans and how the fans are celebrating. Sushant Mehra joins us live. Sushant, over to you.
निखिल, सेलिब्रेशन जो है वो जश्न इस वक्त जो है वो पूरी दिल्ली में ही नहीं पूरी देश भर में देखने को मिला। कई सारे फैंस हैं हमारे साथ जो मैच देख करके जस्ट अभी नॉर्थ प्लेस में पहुंचे हुए हैं। कैसा लगा मैच? आज पूरे चेहरे पे खुशी है, इंडिया फिर से मैच जीत गई।
हाँ, इंडिया का परफॉर्मेंस काफी अच्छा था। इंडिया ने 5 में से 5 मैच जीता, जो कि काफी अच्छी बात है इंडियन टीम के लिए। और अगर ऐसे ही परफॉर्मेंस करती रही तो इंडिया जरूर फाइनल जीतेगी। चीयर्स फॉर इंडिया।
फाइनल का पूरी उम्मीद इंडिया के साथ?
एकदम पूरी उम्मीद।
विराट की परफॉर्मेंस कैसी लगी?
बहुत ही अच्छी लगी विराट की परफॉर्मेंस। और मतलब अगला तो सचिन तेंदुलकर का तो रिकॉर्ड ही तोड़ देगा, वो तो कंफर्म है। ऐसे ही खेलते रहे, बहुत अच्छा लगा विराट कोहली की परफॉर्मेंस।
95 तक ही रह पाया, 100 तक होना चाहिए था।
हाँ, 100 तक जरूर होना चाहिए था। बस एक शतक दूर है सचिन के 49th ODI सेंचुरी तोड़ने का। जो इसका रिकॉर्ड है जरूर टूटेगा। उम्मीद करते हैं कि नेक्स्ट मैच में तो एक और सेंचुरी आएगा और विराट जरूर सचिन का रिकॉर्ड के बराबरी करेगा 49th का। हाँ,
निखिल की फैंस में जो है काफी ज्यादा जोश जो है वो देखना है, क्योंकि फाइनल के अंदर वो चाहती है कि इंडिया जो है वो पहुंचे और फाइनल भी जो है वो इंडिया के पास ही आए, मैच का जो वर्ल्ड कप है।
Okay, Sushant, thank you so much for those updates. Sushant was joining us live from New Delhi. It's late in the night, yet we've got a lot of fans still, out on the streets, really probably savoring this moment. Manjeet Negi also joins us live from Chandigarh. How's Chandigarh celebrating, Manjeet, at the moment?
Well, people and the fans were eagerly waiting for this day to happen. Today happens to be the auspicious day of Ashtami. I am joined by some of the cricket fans here. सोनू जी, इस दिन का काफी से पहले सुबह से इंतजार था।
जी। देखो जी, हमारा ढाबा है यहाँ पे और हमने स्पेशल यहाँ पे स्क्रीन लगा रखी है और आज हमें इतनी खुशी हुई है कि आज इंडिया ने 2019 का बदला लिया है इनसे कीवियों से। अगर न्यूजीलैंड वाले कीवी हैं और आस्ट्रेलिया वाले अपना कंगारू हैं तो हम भी बब्बर शेर हैं। ना सानू डर है पाकिस्तान दे चंद्रमा दा ते ना सानू लोड़ है चीन दे तारियां दी। असी हिंदुस्तानी होने आ, जे अपनी आई ते आ गए ते मंजी ठोक देंगे सारे।
ठोक देंगे। आप बताओ, आपको कैसा लग रहा है भारत की टीम की जो परफॉर्मेंस है?
इंडिया इज बेस्ट ओनली। जो इंडिया कर सकता है वो कोई नहीं कर सकता। जो इंडिया के पास पावर्स हैं, जो क्रिकेट में पावर्स हैं, जो इंडिया के पास अपनी पावर है, उसके आगे सारे जीरो हैं।
आप बता सकते हैं क्या क्या चैलेंजेस थे आज भारत की टीम के सामने?
काफी दिनों से देख रहे थे हम, जो भी कोई बड़ा टूर्नामेंट होता था, और जैसे कि 2019 में देख लो, इंडिया जीतते जीतते ही फाइनल में जाते जाते थोड़े ही फासले से रह गया था। तो आज हमने उसका बदला लिया है और डेफिनेटली इंडिया अब की बार 2000 जो अब वर्ल्ड कप है वो डेफिनेटली इंडिया जीतेगा, बिल्कुल जीतेगा।
तो फ्रेंड्स, आप बताइए।
मैं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो जो ये ढाबा है यहाँ डिनर करने आए थे, तो सेठी साहब का फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। पूरा मैच यहाँ देखने
के बारे में
देखने को मिला। और सेकंड जो आज जो विराट कोहली साहब की जो कप्तानी पारी थी वो बहुत जबरदस्त थी, क्योंकि उन्होंने 104 यानी कि 104 बॉल के अंदर 95 रन बनाए, ये सबसे बड़ी बात है। और 2 6 लगाए और 8 4 लगाए, तो ये मेन भूमिका रही आज के मैच के अंदर जो आज इंडिया की जीत हुई है। थैंक यू सो मच।
आप बताइए आज के मैच को लेकर क्या कहेंगे?
मैच बड़ा, सबसे पहले मैं पूरे भारत इंडिया को बधाई देना चाहूंगा और रोहित शर्मा की जो शानदार कप्तानी चल रही है वो भी बड़ी शानदार है। और डेफिनेटली मैं एडवांस में बधाई देना चाहूंगा कि इंडिया ये वर्ल्ड कप हम जीत कर रहेंगे हम इसको, और विराट कोहली की शानदार बल्लेबाजी से ये वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे।
वी आर आल्सो जॉइंड बाय अ यंग क्रिकेट फैन। आप बताइए, आपका नाम क्या है?
मैं कहना चाहूंगा इंडिया ईस्ट और वेस्ट, इंडिया इज द बेस्ट।
ये बताइए, आपके फेवरेट प्लेयर कौन है?
विराट कोहली।
इसलिए?
क्योंकि बैटिंग बहुत अच्छी करते हैं।
Well, these are the cricket fans here at Chandigarh who are eagerly waiting for this match as
Okay, Manjeet, thank you so much for those reactions coming in from Chandigarh. We're taking you across the country. We'll take you to Patna as well. Aditya Vaibhav joins us live from Patna. It's over to you, Aditya.
Well, exactly, Nikhil. As far as today's match is concerned, of course, cricket enthusiasts among Patnaites are technically jubilant. And we are joined by some of the cricket enthusiasts here who are actually watching match on their phone. So we'll try to talk to them and try to understand what they feel about it. बताइए कैसा लग रहा है मैच जीता है?
मैच तो बहुत खुशी हुई जीत गया 2003 के बाद ये रिकॉर्ड टूटा है तो काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है हम लोग जीते हैं बहुत दिनों बाद बहुत सालों के बाद ये रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक हुआ है
परफॉर्मेंस सबसे अच्छी लगी
देखा जाए तो ओवरऑल समी की परफॉर्मेंस बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी लगी है और बाई चेज विराट कोहली एक नंबर परफॉर्मेंस दिया है
So you can clearly see how people are jubilant about the performance of the batters and the bowlers of the Indian cricket team. अपना नाम बताएं.
मेरा नाम मंटू.
अच्छा ये बताइए कि आज का मैच कैसा लगा आपको?
बहुत अच्छा लगा. सामी बहुत अच्छा बॉलिंग किया. हमको बहुत मजा आ गया आज का मैच देखकर.
मजा आ गया. क्या उम्मीद लगती है इस बार वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे?
एकदम कप लाना है तो लाना है.
So you can clearly see, Nikhil, that the people out here are technically rejoicing and they are actually predicting a World Cup victory for the Indian cricket team. Back to you.
Thanks a lot for that, Aditya, from Patna. So we took you across the country to New Delhi, to Patna, to Chandigarh. And as you can see, a lot of those fans are staying up late at night, enjoying that particular victory. But as we heard from a few fans there, the party is just getting started because this Indian team right now are looking invincible. That's how good they have been throughout this tournament. In the 5 games that they've played, 5 victories for them. Robin Uthappa is still with us. Robin, a few things, and I'm going to pick up from what the fans were saying and their sentiments at the moment. One, they definitely talk about Virat Kohli and how they were so eager to watch that record equaling 100. Today the way he batted, he got out for 95, but you'd have to say he looked like, in the mood to get to that 100, so deserved 100 but wasn't quite to be.
Well, yeah, certainly deserved 100, but I don't think he's going to think about that so much as wanting to go over the line, and he'd be very happy to have be on the winning side. And I don't necessarily think that Virat thinks about the hundreds. Maybe towards the end, he felt like he was probably in with a chance once he got into the 90s, which is why he probably played that shot to probably try and get that with a 6. But if you ask me personally, I think he'd be more concerned about, can we win this game for India? And he was able to do that. And I don't think the records matter till your career is kind of over, and then you look back at it. But I think while you're playing it, I don't think these guys think about it that much.
Robin, we spoke about how the Indian bowling, especially at the death, made all the difference. But also fair to say that had it not been for Virat Kohli, India would have struggled to win this game. When you lost KL Rahul, the match was precariously placed at that time. But till the time Virat is there, you have a chance of winning this game.
Yeah, absolutely. When Virat's there, as in for me, he is the greatest one-day player to have ever played the game. And for him to be there at that point in time, you knew that he was going to absorb the pressure. He just needed someone to hang around there with him, run well between the wickets with him. And he could have found no better partner after the dismissal of KL to have Jadeja with him there right till the end. And Jaddu absorbed the pressure as well. He tried to attack the left-arm spinners towards the end after the 40th over when the opportunity came. And I think he handled pressure exceptionally well. And Virat just needs someone like that with him, someone who can absorb pressure and just hang around with him till the end so that he can do his job. And he did his job exceptionally well today.